most intense, thrilling, electrifying sport on the planet. Mixed martial arts. You've been looking for the definitive podcast to call your new home to hear everything about it. The search is over. This is the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. Bringing you the hottest MMA breakdowns straight from the heart of the octagon. This show is all about MMA breakdowns. For fans, by fans. We're talking UFC, MMA, and the occasional big boxing match. We'll bring our unique take on how these fights are going to play out and who we think are the best bets. Welcome to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. And now your hosts, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and Emiliano, a.k.a. Jive Turkey Nano.
What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to another episode of the MMAnomaly Show, No Filter. I'm your host, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and with me, as usual, is not Jive Turkey Nano. Instead, I got the man, the myth, the legend, Ian Juice Miller, or as you see at the bottom there, Juice MMA, folks. So make sure you're following him. If not already, make sure you fix that problem right now. So we have a couple things to talk about. The number one thing that we're going to talk about is obviously last weekend's MMA card. We're going to go over the biggest winners and losers and what we think should be next for some of those winners. But before we jump into it, two things. First things first, how the fuck are you, brother? How are you feeling? Happy Friday.
Thank you, my man. We hit the weekend, the long weekend too, right? I don't know about you at least, but at least for me, it's a long weekend. But no, I'm jived about that. Not to use a play on words here, but no, I'm happy about that. Doing good, life's good, happy, and taking it day by day. That's all you can do, right? So, how about yourself?
I'm doing great, man. It was a long work week, but we made it through it. As you said, we found ourselves on the other end, and now we have a long weekend. So I'm looking forward to it. And though there are no UFC fights, we did have a fun little karate combat event tonight. This is fucking hilarious. Grimy, I love to see you in the chat. Nano looks a lot tougher than usual. Cauliflower ear is actually like +5 to toughness stats, I believe.
+5 aura.
+5 aura. Walker couldn't win by heel hook and wanted to test his abilities. Brother, this fight, we have to talk about this. Walter Walker versus Zion Clark.
Yeah.
Zion Clark weighs all of 118 pounds. He's literally half a man. I'm not being an asshole, but come on. Dewey Cox would say, I've been halved. And he's fighting a guy that's 265 pounds. And I was talking to Miss Mary about this before the show. This is MMA sacrilege, bro. This was just a wild sacrificial goat kind of deal. And kudos to Zion Clark for taking the fight and even, starting off the conversations for it. And the guy has mixed martial arts fights. He has wins in mixed martial arts. But here's the thing. Think about this with me for a second, right, Ian? He fights at a weight class when he's fighting in MMA. And he weighs 120 pounds. So he fights at flyweight. So he weighs 120 pounds, but he's just this. So that's a lot of this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's a very strong guy. And you can't put a body lock on him.
Nope.
And he's a jiu-jitsu specialist. So that's his bread and butter. And he fights kind of again, at the risk of sounding like an asshole here, he fights like a Geo dude, bro. He's the Pokemon. He's just fucking swinging around. He's wily and he gets submissions when he fights. So did I think he had a shot? All that being said, no, dude, he's fighting a 265 pound man. It's essentially 3 times his size. And yeah, dude, Zion is ripped as fuck. You can't see it, but I got the little VR machine back there. One of my favorite things to do as far as working out is this thing called Fit XR, and they have boxing on it. It's like Dance Dance Revolutions, but for your hands. You're fucking swinging under things coming towards you and throwing hands and shit, doing combos. And they get new classes updated every week. Zion Clark is one of their teachers. He's fucking one of the guys that uploads videos for them. That's how I found out about this guy.
That's shocking. I didn't know that about him. That's hilarious, though.
Yeah, I literally saw the picture because they show the picture of the coaches or the teachers, and I'm like, what? The dude doesn't have a bottom half. And then I looked him up and I was like, holy fuck. And then like a year and a half later, he's fighting fucking Walter Walker in a grappling match.
Did you see Walker's bet before this?
No. What did he bet?
So he walked into the room with Mr. Chama himself, and he said, "I have a bet for you." And Walker was like, "Oh, I love betting. Like let's do this. Whatever it is, like let's do this." But he's like, "What is it?" And he was like, "You need to shake my hand in a deal and agree to $1,000 bet, no matter what." And Walker was like, "Screw it, let's do it." Shook his hand, and he looks at him and he goes, "All right, you have to hit a heel hook." And Walker goes, "Oh, okay, I guess that's Mission Impossible."
That's fucking amazing. I mean, in terms of that, like all I have to say is
congratulations.
You got the bag, man. You got that extra $1,000 very easy. Yeah, I mean, we don't need to spend much more time talking about this match. It was a bit of a freak show, but hey, Uriah Hall won via spinning back kick to the to the liver, to the kidney. Just shut the guy's body down. It was wild. And dude is actually like a Muay Thai practitioner. He's pretty seasoned, pretty weathered. But Uriah Hall comes away with a TKO victory in the year 2026. Doesn't feel real.
Who saw that?
I literally was like, whoa, did they just say Uriah Hall with the TKO victory? What year is it?
Also, we had Wing C on a card with Uriah Hall. Who would have thought that? Like, if you would have told me that a year ago, I'd have been like, okay, bro, like, okay, let's get real here now. Come on, like, let's get real. But like, it actually happened.
I'm so happy you said that. I'm so happy you said that because that prompted me, or rather reminded me that I wanted to read a tweet from Jed Mishu from MMA Fighting on SBN. The tweet reads, and it's just a picture of Wing C flexing in the pit. Over at Karate Combat, this dude, parentheses, yes, that appears to be a headband tattoo, came out breakdancing, jumped into the pit with a superhero landing, won in the first round, then did another backflip into a superhero landing. Like,
yeah, so.
Autism might be the best base for MMA, is what I'm realizing. I mean, this guy is. Did you see the fight?
I didn't see his, or I saw the end of it.
He got his shit rocked. He ran up the side of the fucking pit wall, jumped into a fucking punch, got rocked, and then came back and knocked the guy out.
Isn't that most of his fights, though?
Yes, he's so fucking weird, bro.
Yeah, I mean, well, he got exposed in his what do you call it? What's his name? APFC fight.
Yeah. He needs to stick to Karate Combat.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm getting at. Like, he's a 25er or a 35er. I think he's a 35er.
Is he a 35er? He looks small.
I believe he's a 35er. And, like, he gets in there with a bigger, like, 35er like me. Like,
145 is what it says on Tapology.
Yeah, I think those are some of his, like, amateur. I don't think he's ever gone pro, actually. Never mind.
The Prince of Puerto Rico is who he fought tonight. These nicknames are amazing. Jared, Prince of Puerto Rico Lee, fighting out of Spring Hill, Florida.
That sounds like Florida in a nutshell.
Oh, man. God, we should have done a watch along for that. That's fucking hilarious.
I would have been so down for that.
Next time there's a Karate Combat card, they're free on YouTube, so we will definitely do that. The Baron of Belize. Is that somebody's actual nickname?
Is that real? Is that real?
Please tell me that's not real. And if it's not real, Matua, give yourself a pat on the back because that deserves it. The Baron of Belize. That's incredible.
Wait, have you ever heard of okay, to me, this is the best MMA nickname of all time. Okay. His name is Rick, the Ginger with the Intent to Injure Pfeiffer.
Oh, I've heard of him. The Ginger with Intent to Injure, yes.
Greatest nickname in history. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh, that's fantastic, bro.
Oh, wait.
Pleasure Man was a funny one.
Pleasure Man is a ranking.
A ranking for
number
nicknames?
one. Yes, funniest nicknames. More importantly, so number one is actually Rick. So I wasn't I wasn't off with that. Number two, Jeff, scary nickname Nader. That is hilarious.
Oh, Andre Touchy Feely's up there in the top 5. Love that.
Fernando Brock Lesnar Tarico. That's a great one.
Matthew Care Bear Perry. That's a good one. Uncle Creepy's a really good one. Ian McCall.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I didn't know Joe Soto's nickname was One Bad Mofo.
Joe One Bad Mofo Soto, yeah.
I didn't know that was his nickname.
Yeah. Tyler Man Bear Pig Pyre. I told you guys, Super Serial. It's real. Man Bear Pig.
Henry Corrales' nickname is OK.
That's fantastic.
I hope that I met him. I've never heard that.
Mike Seabass Shipman. That's a great name.
These are amazing.
No, this dude's last name is Bush and his nickname is Harry. Dakota Harry Bush. That's top, bro. That's top tier.
That is these all are S rank nicknames.
Dakota Harry Bush is so good. Oh, dude, Francois Franaconda Kronwald.
That's what I'm saying. Like, whoever came up with these nicknames, hands down, they have to get a raise at something.
Dude, Steve the Creepy Weasel Montgomery.
Where's it?
These are phenomenal, bro.
Yeah, these are.
Oh, Vanilla Gorilla is a good one. Chase Sherman.
Yeah, we knew that. Yeah, that one's been around for a while.
Isaiah the Mexipino Batin Gonzalez.
Big Mouse Don Q Kim.
That's a good one.
Please tell me he's more than a 125er.
Curtis Dirty Curdy Richard.
These are amazing.
Dude. Oh, dude. This dude's name is Cal Eleanor and his nickname is Pacino. Cal Pacino. That's fucking money, dude. That's so good.
We got one in the chat or in the comments that I think you should see.
Jeremy, your mom's new boyfriend, DeLeon.
That's an amazing one. Whoever that's class. That's class.
There was a guy on the regional scene who went viral. Like this had to have been like 6 months ago now, but he gets like a TKO in the first round. They give him the mic and they're like, "After such a stunning performance, what do you have to say?" He's all, "Well, I came here to do 2 things: have sex with MILFs and get a knockout. And I already did one of them tonight. So, moms, holler at your boy."
Okay, I actually know him. I'm in a group.
That's hilarious, bro.
I'm in a group chat with them for like promoting yourself on social media and like what to post.
I love that you knew exactly who I was talking about.
Oh, he's selling T-shirts.
Your mom's favorite fighter?
No, he like I'm here to bang MILFs or something like that. It's hilarious.
I'm here to bang MILFs and get knockouts. I've already done one.
Yeah,
where the mom's at.
His shirt is like sold like 50 shirts in one day. It's amazing.
Speaking of sales, the UFC just announced 3 new colognes. They are getting into the cologne business.
Are you serious?
I swear, hold on. I have to find this fucking post. It's incredible. Hold on.
You're actually serious. I'm not.
I swear, yeah. No, you have to let me do a cold read of the advertising for it.
Please.
It's actually so good. Let's see. Luke Campbell posted it on Twitter. Or no, Luke Thomas does it.
Oh, Luke Thomas posted it? Oh, yeah. You know he had something to say about it.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Hold on. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. So, okay. The headline of the ad is "Fragrances Worth Fighting For." UFC steps into a new arena with its first ever fragrance line: Takedown, Final Round, and Ultimate KO. Created to capture the intensity, confidence, and unstoppable spirit of the octagon, each fragrance reflects a different side of the UFC. blending strength and sophistication with bold elegance. Whether it's a date night or a fight night, UFC fragrances are made to last all 5 rounds. You got to admit, like, that is so fucking funny, bro. And the cologne bottles are little like UFC gloves. It's a gold one, a black one, and a red one.
Who's going to buy that? Like, genuinely.
I'm gonna buy it. Just to have it in the back. Just to have it.
Yeah, you're doing it for shits and gigs. I'm talking about who is going to do it.
I'm genuinely curious. It's like when Bruce Buffer came out with his "It's Time" fragrance. The only reason I haven't bought it is because it's hella overpriced, and there is never in any store I've ever been in, even when they had it on fucking promo at the UFC Expo, they don't have a tester. Like bad colognes don't have a tester.
I've never heard
you want
of
someone to spend,
not having a tester.
That's what I'm saying. Like they literally had a whole display for it with a shelf, and I'm like, "Where's the tester?" And they're like, "Oh, there's no tester." Like, what are you talking about, bro? You want someone to spend $100+ on something they haven't smelled?
That is what? I mean, you know what? This isn't the first time the UFC's done that because I forgot who they partnered with for watches. And I'm big into watches. That's something like most people don't know about me.
You're probably the biggest watch guy I know.
Yeah. Absolute shit watches. Like bottom of the barrel. They have batteries in it. They're not even automatic time movement or like anything nice like that. And they're like charging ridiculous, like, you know, they're like Casios. They should be like $20. I think they're charging over $100 for these octagon shaped watches.
That's wild, bro.
Like just shit. Oh, sorry. I'm going on a rant now. Sorry.
I was trying to see if they had a price for him. It just says coming soon.
You're talking about the cologne?
The colognes, yeah.
Oh, it's Timex.
I was curious to see.
Yeah, they're charging $230 for a watch that should be that's like $20. It should be.
That's hella funny. That sounds about right. I mean, that's the UFC kind of way at this point.
The damn shame, boys.
It is a damn shame, boys. It's a damn shame, I tell you what. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into these fights. But before that, we have a handful of people here. We've been going for about 17 minutes now. So cheers, folks. If you're drinking, drink with us. And if not, make sure you at least hit the like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell for notifications, all that stuff. Cheers.
There we go. Okay, we're back.
Octagon shaped watches, boo. Whoever's designing that shit is just first idea bullshit. No deep thinking behind it. Yeah, no.
This is number one bullshit.
Look, they already made watches. I was fucking right.
Someone already said that? That's hilarious.
That's hella funny. Let's see. Let me bang MILF's Lane. That's a great nickname. Cologne, gross. That's whack. Dana White jumping on the Trump train. Yeah. More health and wellness and fitness products. Yeah. That's what they should be doing, to be honest. Selling watches and shoes next. Yeah, they already did sell watches. You were right. You called it, Gravy.
Yeah, and the shoes. Don't forget.
Oh, yeah, they did the partnership with The Rock.
The Under Armour.
It was The Rock.
Yeah.
Because I remember Nate Diaz was like, hey, you see these fucking shoes right here? These are fucking garbage, bro. They want us to wear this shit. They fucking suck.
Yeah. No, he's not wrong. I've had multiple, I'm not going to like leak names or anything, but like multiple UFC fighters tell me that they are absolute shit shoes. Like just bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, they're not great shoes. I can attest. The Rock's like shirts that he makes are actually pretty great. They just fit really nice. If you like have
Are you talking about like his underarm like line?
The Under Armour partnership stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a couple
that makes
of
more
those
sense.
on sale. Those are fire. I mean, Under Armour just makes quality shit in general. So, in the bantamweight division, we had Mario Bautista and Vinicius Oliveira. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, the fight went just about exactly as I thought it was going to go. I thought Vinicius was young, hungry, a little bit in over his head coming into this one. And I thought that Mario Bautista was old, frustrated, and just knows that he needed to make a statement in this one. He hasn't had a finish in some time. I knew he was going to be primed to come out here and get a finish, and he did exactly that. He ends up getting the sub in just 2 rounds, 4 minutes and 46 seconds in, and he looked damn clean doing it. Vinicius just did not seem to have an answer for him. He seemed to be loading up on everything. Like when he was throwing uppercuts, he looked like fucking Marge Simpson, bro. Just like throwing from the fucking fences. Not a good game plan from the start from Vinicius. I think he'll go back from this. I think he'll learn a lot from this, and I think he'll bounce back and be a lot better fighter because of this loss. But ultimately, could have been avoided if he had better management. I probably would not have signed that dotted line if I were his coaches or management team. I mean, you have to know going into this, there's like a literal 1 in 100 chance that this guy wins this fight at best. So this was not that 1 in 100 times. It was one of the other 99 scenarios that could have played out. What were your thoughts? Did anything surprise you about this fight, or was it just kind of business as usual?
So actually, I got to give a shout out to whoever the announcer was. I don't know. I don't remember, to be fair, who was the broadcaster on it. But
Joe Martinez, I think.
No, not that broadcaster. I mean, like the desk people.
It was Laura Sanko, Paul Felder, and Fitzgerald.
Felder. It was Felder. So he deserves all credit for this. He said literally what I thought was that Vinicius is a instinct style fighter. He learned to fight by fighting in the street or wherever the hell he was at. And he never really evolved from that in regards to game planning, setting up your combos with, we call them probes, like jabs to the body, inside leg kicks, like certain things that you don't really commit too much and you kind of see what they're doing, and then use a feint off of that and then attack off of it. He had none of that, like genuinely zero of that. Mario Batista is from a very well-known gym in the MMA lab, right? John Crouch, Benson Henderson, etc. They've been around the block for a minute, so they know how to game plan. They know how to set everything up. But in addition, kind of even to add back to what you were saying, is that he was loading up on everything. That's the biggest sign. Like if coaches always tell you, don't go back and forward. It's shoot. You just shoot it. I don't know if you just heard my elbow crack. That was really loud, by the way, so I'm sorry. But yeah, sounds
like my knees.
Yeah, mine too. But you just really need to actually, this isn't just us throwing fists and for everyone's entertainment. It's a legitimate sport where you have to game plan. You have to set stuff up. This isn't, just schoolyard bullshit. This is the real big leagues. So, I'm the fact that he's made it this far though, with fighting off of instinct is absolutely incredible though. So hopefully he does learn to come back from this and figure fighting out essentially in that regards, to the game planning side. Not saying he's a bad fighter at all.
I agree with everything you said. I think he is an instinct fighter. He is a grit fighter, and he is a street fighter. I think he might already be at a good gym, but let's face it, there are better gyms around him in Brazil, right? Like he could very easily go to a Fighting Nerds and learn from Pablo Sucupira. He could very easily go to a Shoot the Box and learn from those guys like Charlie Olives. It was very evident that he did not have a game plan, and if he did, it was not a very good one coming into this. Who said it earlier? Matua said it. Vinicius initiating the grappling is silly goose shit. Yes.
He was trying to catch a break because he got
gassed.
He got gassed, right? And what's he going to do to try to? Oh yeah, I mean the fact that I don't believe any word he said about that. By the way, about he said was it 20 kilograms?
He said 31 kilograms,
which is
64 pounds.
60 pounds, which I think he meant to say pounds. Just being straight up.
Maybe, but even that is terrible, bro. Like, how are you that over going into fight week?
I understand, but 60 over compared to 20 over, those are worlds apart here, and I just think that's absolutely ridiculous.
No chance.
Now, from what I've been told from everyone I've worked with in regards to weight cuts and whatnot, they say the most is about 15 for us 35ers. The most you should ever cut is 15 in regards to water weight, etc. But if it is 20 something like that, he was sucking. The other thing too is obviously he was trying to get his second wind essentially by holding him, but obviously Mario ain't no bitch. So and
Matua, sorry to correct here, but it's actually 68.3.
Oh yeah, it's times
because it's 2.2.
Yeah. So
it's even more. So the dude was saying that he cut 68 pounds in 8 days? There's just no way.
Also, how could, genuinely speaking, as a fellow 35er, it would be hard for me to get up to 190.
That's what I'm saying. How are you that undisciplined? You're 8 days out of a fight.
He must have. I'm.
He had to have been pounds.
He meant pounds.
And if he meant pounds, then he's an undisciplined fighter going into his fight camps, I would say. Because, like,
agreed.
I mean, like 20, 25, 26 on, like, maybe the high end. If it was, like, a short notice or a shorter notice camp, sure. 30 plus pounds to cut on fight
of
week
water weight
is asinine, dog.
Yeah,
asinine.
That's not real. I guarantee what happened was he got there, he looked at the scale, imagined it at what do you call it? He imagined it being kilograms because that's what they do back home in Brazil. So he probably thought, oh, these are kilograms. That's just moved on with his day like life. What do I walk around at? Depends. But
are you in fight camp?
I would say between 158 to 165 at sometimes, depending upon like where I'm at, whether I'm just got out of a fight, I'm in camp, I'm not in camp. It really fluctuates in that regards. But
is there a holiday?
Yeah, 100%, right? For peak performance, for me, walking around 158 is probably best for me. But I like food, so that's my issue. And I have,
and that's also only 23 pounds that you've got to cut.
Agreed.
Because you're 135, yeah?
Yeah.
So yeah, 23 pounds. 45, 55, 58. Yeah.
Yeah. So
not bad.
Yeah. Sorry. Go to the one above that.
He said, okay, you're about my size. Never cut before, so I was thinking about it. No fight camp, no nothing. You in the 160s juice?
Yes, 100%. And shout out to my wife because she makes great food. So she's staring at me to my right.
Love it.
But yeah. So I mean, I'll just give you straight up typical 35er walks in the 50s. I'm just a bigger 35er in that, and once again, I'm a foodie, so
it's hard to say.
It'd be what it be. Yeah, late at night, you see something good. See, yeah,
I'm very much the same way. I'm a late night cravings kind of guy.
I think we both have the same tendencies at night.
Yeah, absolutely. W wife in the chat.
Babe, you got a W wife in the chat.
Two of them.
You got two of them. Like you're a W, like a win. Sorry, I had to tell her what a W meant.
Education.
Sorry, chat.
At the end.
You know what the irony is? She's 4 years younger than me.
That's the best, bro. That's the best. You got to keep him cultured. Got to keep him hip. So speaking of Mario Bautista, what should be next for him after a big win like this? Like, I genuinely think he's primed to fight for a title after his next fight, but he needs a noteworthy opponent to go against next. I'd like to see him fight somebody like an Ayman Zahabi or get the Corey Sandhagen rematch. I also wouldn't be mad. Like a third runner-up for me would be Davis and Figueiredo. I think that'd be a fun-ass matchup.
Why not Son? They both just fought. They're both
that would actually be a great fight.
Similar in the rankings, like, right? So Son's number 5, Mario just moved up to 8. It makes sense. The only reason I say no to the Corey Sandhagen fight, he has to fight Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley has to fight Sandhagen, sorry. I know he's running from it, but it needs to happen. Someone said versus McGee, that wouldn't be possible because
Loke Dog versus McGee.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, no. Vinicius. I think that's a fun fucking matchup. And I think trajectory-wise, that makes a lot of sense. That should have been the fight that happened instead of him versus whatchamacallit? Mario Bautista.
I think he gets knocked the hell out against McGee because that dude's hands are
McGee hits like a tank, bro. Yeah.
And like I've known him for a long time. Like I started fighting in Arizona and he was in the scene and like, he was fighting on the same cards as me and whatnot. And like, and then all of a sudden just his career took off.
Bro. Yeah.
Because he started putting hands on people.
Dude,
but O'Malley and Sandhagen.
I think it was 2 fights ago when he was landing those body shots in the Apex. I think it was in the Apex. That's when I realized that this guy has fucking hands. The sounds those things were making were like thunderclaps when he connected. That sounds like a
man who has 6 or 7 mouths to feed at home.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Speaking of 7 mouths to feed, we're going to get into somebody who has, I think, 13 mouths to feed a little bit later. But let's jump into the next fight. It's a flyweight bout, a little bit smaller boys out here. Amir Albazi coming in against my guy, Kyoji Horiguchi. I'm a big fan of Kyoji Horiguchi. I know you are too. I mean, bro, it's coming full circle. It's Japan, you know? Khabib called it years ago.
Yeah.
They're coming, bro. Like, look, I'm going to do my rant one more time, guys. Earmuffs, maybe rip the fucking headphones out if you've heard this one, but jiu-jitsu started UFC, put them on the map with Royce Gracie. Do you know what jiu-jitsu was invented from? The Gracies, after they learned traditional jiu-jitsu, right? That was birthed in Japan, dog. Like,
yeah, well, they learned from a Japanese man.
They literally learned from a Japanese dude.
They literally learned from one.
And people who are like, oh, who's this new guy? Kyoji Horiguchi. I'm like, oh, this new guy. Let me stop you there, bud. This guy, his only loss in the UFC before he got cut was to like DJ, right?
It was DJ.
It was DJ. So that's what I'm saying. Like the dude has only lost to the GOAT, or one of the guys that is most unanimously put on everyone's kind of MMA Mount Rushmore. So
and to add, if I may, is in Ryzen, his, if I can remember correctly, his only loss, maybe actually no, I think he lost to what's his name, Manel Kopp. No, he didn't. No, it was it was 35 or 20. He just fought for the 25 belt, but he moved up to 35 from Japan. His first fight in the UFC was a title fight.
Patchy Mix?
No.
No, Kaya Sakura.
Kaya Sakura. He lost, if I remember correctly, I think he got
knocked out in the first round, and then he came back in his very next fight and finished him in the first round. Exact
same way too, like DJ-esque almost.
Yep.
So I mean, like, he learns from his mistakes, etc. Right?
He's so good. The Karate Kid.
And yeah, I mean, his movement is incredible. I think the aspect of his game that is so underviewed and undervalued is off of his strikes. And just anyone watch this, off of his strikes, any combo, he'll hit a combo, 2 steps back, straight in a line at most, and then he hits an angle. I mean, it is just
always cutting angles with his footwork. Like, if you are a coach or a fighter, every time he does anything in there, whether he lands or not, you're like, fuck yeah, that looked
him
nice.
And Volk are the two best guys at cutting angles.
Yes, 100%, 100%, bro.
In the current day UFC,
like, I love a good fighter that's willing to just like kind of, I like to say, plant their feet like a tree root and just stand in the pocket and fucking throw. But there's something very just fundamentally pristine to watch in a person moving back, cutting those angles, slipping in a quick body rip. Like, it's so technical and calculated. And again, it feels like something that I think a lot of new fans that are just now starting to watch, maybe this year, last year, are not going to notice. But just like us, 10 years from now, when they're still watching fights, they're going to go back and rewatch fights like this and be like, holy fuck, bro. The little nuanced things that he does are, like, to a textbook level, perfect. They're so good.
The other thing to add, too, let's even think about this, is first and foremost, who is he supposed to fight next? Most likely Van, right? If Van beats Tatsuya Taira, like everyone's saying is going to happen, right? Theoretically speaking, we got the planted guy versus the guy with incredible movement. I do want to answer the last question as well, just because it's basically what we're on subject with. So the angle pattern I'm talking about from Horiguchi is, we call it a Y pattern, right? Think about literally Y, right? There's a straight line, and then there's two angles from there. So when you strike on a combo, you never want to just go straight backwards, because what's going to happen is someone can rush you with a blitz combo and probably put your shit out. So what you want to do,
style.
Exactly. He probably is the best ever at it, in my personal opinion. But so instead you get two, like, think of it the opposite way. So you strike up here, you throw your combos, and then you go backwards. You get 2 steps backwards at most in a straight line. Then you have to choose an angle. You either go left or right. And you don't just go left or right. You hit an angle of a left or a right. What's going to happen? What you're doing is
you're opening up those body kicks, or opening up those left hooks or right hooks based on which side you go. And a good coach will tell you, come up with it in the moment. A great coach will tell you, circle outside of his power, cut the angle away from his power.
Exactly.
Especially if you're fighting anybody that has an ounce of power in them. If they're right-handed and you're backing up, you see that right hand, you're gonna cut that angle away from it. So that way, for them to land that right hand, they have to close almost twice the amount of distance and trajectory in order to actually land that. They also have to over torque, which is going to throw them off balance. And more often than not, if you rip to the body when you're cutting that angle, or even a headshot, you're going to land your shot before they're able to uncork theirs.
And you don't even need to throw while you're hitting the angle. The nice thing about hitting that angle is that people throw where you're at. So once you hit that angle and they overthrow, you're literally in line right next to their ear to beat the living shit out of them.
Did I freeze or did he freeze? Oh, there he is. He's back. He's back. I was like, shit, was that me or was that him?
Well,
I'm
hardwired on my end,
today.
so that's why I got a little scared.
I'm hardwired today, so I'm like, I don't know if it was me. It shouldn't have been me.
No.
And what's crazy about that is how Ilya just negated that movement. Ilya's boxing is next level. Wait, we missed it.
I don't think so, though. Watch Ilya's fight against Jackson. What he did perfectly was he used Jackson's ability to hit angles while moving and then just pushed him into the cage. And then eventually ripped to the body over the head, his famous rip to the body over the head type stuff. So, I mean, different style, right? It was a little more boxing-esque rather than kickboxing or even karate, but still in the end, movement and angles. And that, it's what...
Beautiful to watch.
It's like why people love TJ Dillashaw fight, right? Is he did, and Dom Cruz. Great ability to use their movement.
Those two had the best angles I've ever seen in MMA.
Yeah,
I would say TJ Dillashaw, Dominic Cruz, and the only person that comes close, and it only happened in one of his fights, fucking ever, was the Cody Garbrandt fight against Dominic Cruz. Like the angles he was cutting in that fight were fucking world class, bro. He made Dominic Cruz trip twice. People don't do that to Dom.
And guess what it was? Boxing movement.
It was boxing movement.
I mean?
He literally and then he's out of the way. As soon as he'd land a 1-2 or a 3-2-3, he's 3-2-3, and then he's ducking out. And just like you said, he's here. Dom's fists are coming here, and he's already on the side, cutting another angle. Like just nasty work, textbook stuff.
Oh, sorry. It came and went, and I forgot what I was going to say. So another person that did it great, kind of more recent, to be fair, is JDM when he won the title.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, the angles he was cutting
ridiculous.
Were nasty work, bro. Nasty work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, look, we've talked about it now for like 10 minutes at this point, I feel like. Kyoji Horiguchi is that fucking guy. He is Timothy Chalamet, as the kids say. And he's coming for everything that his training partner ever earned. Now, the thing is, what's next for him wholeheartedly depends on realistically one thing. And that is Alessandro Pantoja still injured? Is he training? He looks like he's training. He looks like he's trying to get back in there ASAP. If he's going to get back in there ASAP, you got to give him the instant rematch with Joshua Van. If he does not get the instant rematch with Joshua Van, it's Kyoji, bro. You got to give it to him. Outside of that, let's just call a spade here. I don't want to see my fellow Japanese guy that I love, Mr. Tatsuro Taira. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see him go against his fellow brethren. All right. It would be the opposite of
I'm happy, thank you.
Just be I am sad, thank you. I am sad, no.
Oh, he's booked.
He is booked.
Joshua Van posted today that he's fighting Tatsuro Taira.
No, it's happening.
He posted about it.
Oh gosh.
He's the one that posted about it. I literally I was reading about it today. If that's real, great, or is Van just trying to use leverage? Who knows? But
if that's real, I'm just gonna play the video. Fuck it.
I'm happy, thank you. I'm happy, thank you. I'm happy, thank you.
I've already got one more to add to that, and I feel like if he fights Josh Van, boy, I might have another one. I love that fight, bro. I think that's fantastic. And God forbid Josh runs through him, because then it's Kyoji after that. This poor guy is gonna be heralded the Japan killer if that happens and he beats Kyoji, but I just don't think he does.
The best part about that video, by the way, I just want to talk. Just need to go over this one little key detail.
John
If you
Anik.
look if you look back at the first one,
Yeah.
why did he hand the mic to the translator?
Like, I am happy, thank you. Tell them
He's
what I
like,
said.
no, he didn't hand it to her. The whoever it was.
Oh, yeah, it
Felder
was
or somebody?
Bisping or Felder.
It was Bisping. Yeah, I was like, real. What are you doing?
Can you go ahead and translate that?
His son just had his first MMA fight.
Yeah. Dude,
Yes, I saw it. He trains at
I
a
love
gym
that
out
shit.
here.
Look
Yeah,
at
it's so
Felder's
cool to
face.
see.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah. See? Yeah,
Oh.
someone gets me.
Gooch the Great, dude. Let's go. Gucci might be hurt. Gucci is hurt. He broke his hand in the first like 2 minutes of round one. And
Yeah, and
it was
I just
his lead
throw.
in,
I
and he
just
just
throw.
kept jabbing, bro.
That was the best part of how he said that. He's like, I didn't know. I just throw. I just throw.
I didn't know. I just throw. Bro, like, what? But that's real. That's real.
That's a
like
savage.
when I snapped my pinky in half, I stayed for the next 45 minutes of that MMA or that Muay Thai class, and then I got in my car, and that's when I think it sunk in, and I probably sat in that parking lot for 40 minutes before I drove home. I'm like, something is not okay with me.
Yeah, and I've had teammates who've broken their hands, and they told me that in their fights, that like anytime something even touched their hand, they felt like throwing up.
It reverberates all the way down,
Yeah.
and what happens when you break any kind of bone? The marrow releases into the bloodstream, and so the instantaneous reaction for any human being is nausea. So that
didn't know
makes
that.
sense. Any time that it gets moved, it's just kind of agitating and forcing that into your bloodstream. So you will get a little bit nauseous every time it moves.
Learned something new today.
Yeah, I wish
Welcome
I
to
didn't know
the
that, but I
MMAnomaly Show.
definitely know that. Been there.
MMAnomaly, where you learn about MMA and your health.
We can teach you some stuff, folks. It's broke. Yeah, it's broke. Matu. He broke the fuck out of his hand. I think he probably got a boxer's fracture, like right down the center.
Yeah, 100%.
I eat marrow and chicken bones. Fuck yeah, bro. I've been on a bone broth kick lately. It's fucking fantastic. I got
You know what? I can almost
The
guarantee how he broke
kettle
his
and
hand.
fire one.
Oh no! But those are nice. I hear.
They're fantastic.
What do you call it? When you land your punches, they say always land with your first two knuckles.
Yep.
I guarantee he hit with the other two and then broke his hand instantly.
Yeah. And it's a lot easier to do with your lead hand because, again, like if you look at my hand shape, like you can see this is almost flat and this is my power hand because I've broken these pinkies so many times. I can knock you out with smalls.
You're like
They
not
won't
even
break
there.
if I hit you. And then my lead hand is like comically different.
Your lead hand is like two of them almost look fused. Sorry, not to shit on you or anything.
No, it's. I got that Vinicius in me, bro. There's a lot of street fights. Yeah, like it's wild, bro. Like my right hand, I have broken so many times the knuckles that they just kind of rebuilt with all that calcified bone, and they hit like a wallop. But the left hand is super easy to break in comparison. I'd imagine it's probably similar for somebody like Kyoji Horiguchi, who has 40 professional fights. I can't imagine how many he has outside of the octagon.
Yeah, Jesus.
Reaction to the Aspinall news. My reaction initially is just sadness. Like I feel bad because the fan base just completely turned on him and shit on him, and the guy literally can't see. He's had, like, I was reading the stats. He's had 4 eye surgeries. He's seen like 16 doctors. He has to do like 20 eye drops a day in each eye. It's insane, bro. Strip Tom. See what I'm saying? Like the fans turn so quick. And they're
wrong,
probably
man.
going to. They're probably going
It's
to, which is a
wrong.
sad thing. It is. I think we'll probably end up seeing the guy that cheated and poked him in the eye and has done that to almost every opponent he's ever had in Cyril Gana end up going in there and fighting Alex Pineda for the vacated title.
Well, it was nice knowing Gone.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the things that you do best, he does a little bit better. Good luck.
Well, not even just that. You look at the aspect of what style of fighter is gone. He's a movement style fighter, right? He's in and out, in and out, in and out, right? What does he need? His legs. What does Alex Pereira do better than
Chop
anyone?
trees.
Chop trees. And not even just that. Zero tell in his kicks, especially his calf kicks.
He just
Absolute
floats
zero
them
tell.
out, bro. It's insane. There's literally
And he doesn't hit
no telegraphing.
And he doesn't throw it traditionally where you turn your kick over. He hits with the bone right here, like this part. He hits with that. And that's actually like the guy who invented, in my opinion, the guy who invented calf kicks, Benson Henderson. That's how he threw his.
Yep.
So
Back in the day.
Yeah.
And Grimy said, yeah, boxer's fracture, got one from a drywall stud. Oh, yeah, dude. My old roommate got one from a drywall stud, too. Literally I think the second time Mary came over to my house.
Was it Xbox? Did someone piss you off?
No, we were playing beer pong with Jungle Juice. And, there's a lot of alcohol. And, got into a little tuffle. And then he ended up punching the wall. So it was a good time. I think that was the day that Mary realized Louisiana guys were probably a little bit different than what she's grown up with. Strip Tom. Bro, I already clicked down. What am I doing? Let's fucking go, Andrew Nance. Let's fucking go you, bro. At Grimy is 12-0 against drywall. Actually, I'd say I'm 0-12. It always wins. Either from the wallet or pen. That's actually a fact, bro. Even if you win, you kind of lose because you got to replace that shit. Not fun. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. Speaking of 10 out of 10. What was that?
It might give you a reason to paint your room a different color, right?
Hey, there you go. That's optimistic thinking. I like that for you, Ian. Speaking of 10 out of 10 would not recommend, though, while we're on that topic, heavyweight bout between Jailton Almeida and Rizvan Kunaev. Jailton Almeida disimproves, I should say, to 4-2 in the promotion, and then just days later gets cut from the UFC. The UFC went on quite the purge of boring fighters, or grapplers, as they would say. Look, I think it was E. Casey Leiden of MMA Fighting on SBN. I feel like I'm shouting them out a lot tonight, but shout out to the boys. I think he tweeted earlier today, look, I watch BKFC and Fight Circus and crazy shit like that for entertainment purposes. I watch UFC to see the best versus the best. This is not a good look for the UFC. Cutting fighters that are on winning streaks, cutting fighters that have higher win-loss ratios than other folks that they're keeping in, and cutting folks solely based on the fact that some fans might think their style of fighting is boring. This fight was just a weird one.
What? Like, what? He's undefeated.
He's undefeated. What are you talking about? Like, how are you going to cut the guy after a win? That's got to be the worst cut since fucking Sage Northcutt being on a 3-fight win streak.
No, since DJ.
DJ was a trade.
Technically, they cut him.
We got a superstar out of Jorge Masvidal. We got a bunch of bullshit that we didn't need. I agree, it was a bad trade.
It was, you know what?
Disqualified. It was a trade.
Never mind. Actually, I was gonna bring up something I probably shouldn't have.
Don't do that, dude. Yeah, I mean, honestly, we can just not even talk about this fight. We can pretend we didn't see it. It was not a very fun fight. Rizvan Kunaev improves in the UFC. He gets a win. At what cost? He landed 102 strikes on paper. If you asked me if he landed 10, I would say probably not. It just honestly was a very slow-paced, drug-out fight. I don't know if you care to really delve into this one, but I'm good. I don't even care to play matchmaker for Rizvan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not impressed with the heavyweight division as a whole at the moment.
This needs to happen, Matua. Heavyweight Grand Prix.
That does need to happen. That needs to happen. I don't care.
There's only 20 of them. They just cut like 4 of them. So we only have like 21 in the roster.
I have one big idea. So Octagon, I believe, the one in Poland, has amazing bigger fighters. Let's pull from them. Come on.
Or Octagon versus UFC. Do like a mini road to UFC kind of deal. No, Dana doesn't.
That is never going to happen. We know what happened last time he did that with Pride.
Didn't go well. I don't think the commission would approve multiple fights in one day, though, Grimy. No, you spread it across like 3 to 6 months. You do a stack rank. Yeah, you do a sacrament. You do a season, bro. We never watched a season of MMA? Come on, guy. All right, we move on into the middleweight division. Back down to these slightly smaller guys. We're talking about a Mikhail Oleksiejczuk and Marc-Andre Berriot, a.k.a. the Power Bar. Look, it was a power bar fight, right? Like he loaded up, he threw big shots, he tried to get the knockout. He actually landed big shots that were scary in some of the moments for me. I actually thought he could get Mikhail out of there. But then I woke up from that dream and realized Mikhail's that fucking guy. And he's been that guy for quite some time. And since already being that guy, now he trains with fucking Pablo Sucupera, the alchemist, over at the Fighting Nerds. I mean, come on, kid. I love that gym. I have the same glasses in real life. I just don't wear them because the glare is terrible. But brother, this guy, I mean, he's improving at such a vapid rate. I didn't think I'd say this about a Mikhail Oleksiejczuk 3-4 years ago, but he might actually be able to become a world champion. Right? He's in middleweight. There's no Islam in middleweight. That's a welterweight guy these days. So as long as no elite level grappler that can put him on his ass comes up, I think he fares pretty well against the upper echelon. And this was a great showcasing of it. I mean, he put Marc-Andre Berriot on his ass out there to an extent. Like he outlanded him 2-1. It was 143-79 on total strikes and 140-77 on significant strikes. So yeah, I mean, a very, very impressive performance. The footwork was there. The boxing is always there. And he didn't have to worry about any takedowns coming his way. I'd like to see him break into the top 15. Genuinely, I think a fight against somebody like a Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez would be fireworks.
Ooh. I like that. That I'm in for.
That's a fight that would feed families, son.
Yeah, like actually. McCall also he should really think. I follow the Fighting Nerds like you do.
Yeah.
And I watch their vlog. Like each of them have their own vlogs and whatnot. The guy McCall should really think is Bahalio. I mean, that guy really took to him and like really helped him out. And they fought each other. Like he didn't really need to do that. Invited him over, made sure he was all good and really gave him real help. Like if you really watch those vlogs, like he is there for him. He's there at his sparring. He's the head corner for his sparring and everything. Like it's really cool to see like guys come together like that because you don't see that much at all right now. It's all like fuck you, on to the next, etc.
Dude, that's a great fight camp. Honestly, I feel like everybody in that like fight camp really does work together, and Pablo just seems like an absolute saint of a human being. RoboCop is booked. He's fighting Bruno Fajeda. Okay, all right, audible.
Okay, back to the drawing boards, boys.
In that case, give me Jared Killer Gorilla Cannonier.
Ooh.
Massive step up.
One.
He needs to test his grappling and see how far it's come. And I think Jared would be a good litmus test for him.
Well, if we need grappling to really test him, Delize.
Oh, Delize would be fun.
He might be booked,
but he's booked. He's booked against Chris Duncan.
I told you, that's the one thing I'm bad at sometimes.
Yeah, he's booked against Chris Duncan. The only person, so we have Bruno Fajeda is booked, Joe Pfeiffer is booked, Roman Delize is booked, Pello Costa is booked, RoboCop's booked, MVP is booked, and then the only two people that are not booked are Jared Cannonier and Robert Whitaker. I don't want that for Robert Whitaker.
The Reaper.
And also Whitaker says he's putting on weight. He wants to go up to light heavyweight.
I live here, brother. I
fucking live here. I live here, brother.
That was the hardest line of that whole show on a side note.
Bruh. That shit was so good. If you haven't watched Physical Asia, do yourself a huge favor. Go watch it. After you finish that, go watch the predecessor, Physical 100. You'll thank me later. On that note, folks, cheers. Cheers to you. Cheers to us, to all the fuss and the muss. And if you haven't done so already, like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell. Cheers. Roman Kopylov. That'd be a fun banger, too.
Oh, that would be sick.
Where's he ranked?
Is he still in the UFC?
He's 21. That's not that bad. Where's our boy ranked? He's 26.
Mikhail, he's not ranked.
He's 26 on Tapology.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like he's not in the top 15.
Yeah, not top 15. Yeah, I mean that would be a step up for him. Kopylov is about 7 ranks above him, so that'd be a fun one. Dude, Jun-Young Park is facing Eben Shabazian. What a fucking banger.
What?
What a fucking... I just saw that on Tapology. What a fucking banger, dude. Iron Turtle
here
versus
for
the
it.
Golden Boy. I'm here for it, dude. Yeah, sign me up for that. Let's go for that. Yeah, I like those matchups. Speaking of matchups I like, man, Fareed Basharat, or as I like to call him, the better Bash brother. I mean, both Bash brothers were out there. They did the thing. You know what I'm saying? Bash boys. They're back in town. He came in there against Jean Matsumoto, and Jean is a good fighter. He is a really, really, really good fighter. Very well-rounded. But as you say, in most cases, for a jack of all trades, he's a master of none, right? So he does everything really good, but he doesn't do anything exceptionally great, in my opinion. He does have grit. He does have knockout power. He can get better. And again, let's call a spade a spade. John Matsumoto is one of the younger guys on the fucking UFC roster. So he's not without opportunity, okay? He's in the biggest promotion in the world, surrounded by the greatest athletes in the world. He will improve from this. But Fareed Basharat is, again, the better Bash brother. And he, like, going back to what you were saying earlier about...
Oh, he didn't get
Gucci.
released, by the way. It was the other one.
It was his little brother, Javid. Yeah,
I got it. My bad.
But still, Javid has a winning record. Like, they should not have released either of them.
15-2.
So, I don't know, dude. Like, this guy's footwork, going back to what you were saying about Kyoji Horiguchi earlier, is phenomenal to watch. And he doesn't seem to tire in there. And he's so creative, right? Like, throwing spinning back kicks. And by the way, like, there are hundreds of different types of jabs and spinning back kicks. And every technique, there's 1,000 different fucking ways to throw it. This dude will go from throwing a spinning back wheel kick to your head to then doing the light hop and throwing a rolling Sabat style back kick to your body. And like, again, the speed, the timing, the momentum, the trajectory of those different strikes, they are exactly that. They are different than one another. So it makes your opponent have a really, really tough time of trying to make the reads and adapt and guess. Genuinely, I think that this guy is special. He's smart. And he's not just smart at range, he's really smart in the pocket too. Whenever he gets stuck in that moment where people are like Jean Matsumoto, make no mistake about it, he is a clinch fighter or a pocket fighter. He'll get down in there and just fucking grind you out with those shots. But even when he was doing that and forcing it to become a dirty fight, Basharat looked better in those exchanges. Like, he just seemed to be a step ahead. And I think that being able to do that over somebody like a Jean Matsumoto, it means something. So this fight impressed me a lot. I thought it was going to be close. It was very close. If you look at it on paper and maybe you didn't watch it on TV, there could be an argument that Jean Matsumoto won, right? 111 total strikes to 95. But then if you look at the significant strikes, it's 76 to 80. And the efficiency, right? You're talking about a guy with a machine gun versus a guy with a pistol, or rather a sniper rifle or a scoped pistol, because 220 significant strikes attempted and only 76 landed versus 152 attempted and 80 landed. 52.6% accuracy clip compared to 34.5. Like, you are a professional fighter. I don't need to tell you how impressive it is to have anything over 40 when it comes to fucking significant strikes landing. It's the guy. I mean, he's him, bro. He's fun to watch, and I can't wait to watch his next fight. Did anything surprise you about Fareed Basharat in this one?
No, I mean, I've always known he was a great fighter. Like, I mean, there's a reason for what, for the hype, right? The thing that kind of resonated with me that you said was about how his ability to stay calm in uncomfortable situations for his style, mixed with his unorthodox striking in general, right? Like the spinning back kicks, etc. It sounds like one other guy we've talked about before. His name is Zabit. No, they don't look alike. Yeah, they don't look alike in that regards, but like very similar style in regards to comfortability with throwing unorthodox and their ability to be comfortable when uncomfortable. So yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah, I mean, like, the only other person I've seen be that creative outside of Zabit Magomedsharipov, like you said, was Israel Adesanya in his first 3 or 4 fights in the UFC. I think it was his debut fight. He started throwing the tomahawk elbows, I think in the second or third round. I think it was the final round. And he just started blasting. He split open his opponent's head with it. Brad Tavares.
right?
Yeah, Brad Tavares. He split his head open with those tomahawk elbows. And I'll never forget Ian. Like, I was already a fan. I'd watched him in kickboxing before he came over to UFC. But when I became like a real, what I would say, like true to arms fan of this guy is when he went on the Joe Rogan podcast. And Joe's like, yeah, he started throwing those tomahawk elbows. Like, is that something that you train in the gym? How often do you work those in the gym? And he's like, oh, you mean the Ong Bak elbows? And he's like, what? And he's like, yeah, the Ong Bak elbows. That guy, Tony Jaa, in the movie Ong Bak, where he's protecting the elephants, he started hitting those elbows on the bad guys. And Joe Rogan's like, yeah, that one. And he's like, yeah, so I've never practiced that in the gym in my life, but I love Tony Jaa and I love Ong Bak. And I saw he kept doing this with his hands to block from the hooks. And I was like, man, I had a moment where it dawned on me, Joe. And I was like, the Ong Bak elbows would work. And so I was like, boom. And I jumped in and I hit him with one and I cracked his fucking forehead open and I saw blood. And I'm like, shit, that shit works. So I hit it like 6 more times. Motherfucker never threw it in the gym and beat a world-class fighter with him.
Michael J. White.
Michael J. White, bro. Like, literally, that's movie star shit, bro. Like, I love it, dude. I fucking love it. Trying the parallel to Zabit is interesting. But it's true, dude. Like, is he the same caliber of world-class fighter? No, not today. Maybe not ever. But does he have the same level of mental creativity while he's inside of there working in the octagon? Yeah, it's surgical, the way that he's able to come up with ideas in there. Ong Bak elbows, my guy. Cultured, Matu. You know what's up. If
and
you haven't seen Ong Bak.
Spelling, by the way.
And the correct spelling.
By the way.
It's a chef's kiss if I've ever fucking seen it, brother. So what do you think should be next for a Farid Basharat now that we know he is still in the promotion?
Yeah, might be on that still. But, he's not top 15, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm right?
He's not. He's number 21 on Tapology, so he's outside of the 15.
Okay. I would like to see him against Kyler Phillips.
I love that you said that. He was my third runner-up. The 2 names that I have, so I have one higher than him and one lower than him. The highest name on my list is Montel Quick Jackson.
I'll take that.
If you've watched the show when I talk about Montel before, I'm going to drop my favorite fun fact about him. The man wears a custom size, I think 6 or 7 extra large UFC glove. He has a bigger fist than Francis Ngannou.
He's either 4 or 5X because the biggest ever is what's his name? He fought Brock Lesnar, Shane Carwin.
Yeah, Shane Carwin,
6XL.
massive hands. It was in the new UFC gloves. They had to make a 6XL for him.
Oh, gotcha! I see
before
what
they
you're
switched
now.
back. Yeah.
Okay.
Which makes sense because like I have a pair of them right back here behind the cap shield right there. Those are XL, and I so funny because I showed my fist earlier, right? They fit my left hand fine. I can't close my hand in my right hand if I put those on.
And
I have to force like these 2 fingers. I have to literally force into the glove.
And we're not big guys, right? So that doesn't like
these days
crazy.
I'm pretty big, but I'm also like not in fight shape at all. I'm like 195.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'9", 5'10".
5'9", 5'10", right?
Yeah.
Francis is 6'4", built like a Greek god, and his hands of stone. You know what I mean? Like we're not comparables, and yet you fit into an XL glove barely with your hands.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like comparatively speaking, that's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. It is wild.
Someone from the UFC that was making these gloves was like, you know what? I want to make these guys' days and like bring up their confidence. So I'm going to make it just seem like you got bigger hands.
You need the Magnum 6X.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like they did it for that reason alone. They're like, we might have something to talk about now.
That's hella funny. You might be onto something there, Ian. So yeah, my first name is Montel Quick Jackson. I just think that's a banger. I think it's a great matchup for Farid Basharat, and I think it'd be a great test for him because Montel has one-shot power in both hands. The other name outside of Kyler Matrix Phillips that I had, and it's one of those that I know you're either going to be like, fuck yeah, or fuck no. There's not going to be an in-between. It is Bryce Mitchell.
Oh, he is a 35er now.
Doug Nasty. He is a 35er now, yeah.
Here's my only reason why he shouldn't. He is not in the top 15.
He's not.
Because if I had to choose a number 2, and I know this is going to be controversial. No questions asked. Cheeto.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on his way out. Let's make, Bosharat's on his way in.
Price on a mission to do anything but fight.
Yeah. Dude's fishing with or MMA Guru now.
Fucking Christ, bro.
I didn't watch it because I'd like to keep my brain cells, but
If he could, he'd go fishing with Hitler.
yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. And that's
He
coming
thinks
from
he's a pretty
Jew.
all right person.
And that's coming from the Jew here.
Oh man. On that note, let's go into light heavyweight, shall we? Dustin Jacoby versus Julius Walker, or as our friend of the show here, Dixon Sider, likes to call him, Julius Bum Walker. I mean, yeah, that's what this fight was, right? Like, I called
weird.
on the show last week. If you tuned in, I hope you bet on it. I should really start following my own lead and betting on prop round specific bullshit that I call on the show, because I had a pretty good night on the shit that I called on the show. I literally said second round TKO, and what do you know? Lo and behold, 1 minute and 42 seconds into round number 2, second round TKO hits. You've got a guy that is, with all due respect, for lack of better words, he's pretending to be an elite level MMA fighter in Julius Walker. And you have a guy with like a K1 kickboxing background that is an elite level kickboxer that struggles with great grapplers. Unfortunately for Julius Walker, he's not a great grappler. He's a good grappler, but to beat somebody like a Dustin Jacoby, you've got to be great. And again, make no mistake, like, he got him down 3 times. He attempted to get him down 7 times. But it's not what you, like, if you're able to get me down, it's what you can do with it, right? And he wasn't able to do a whole lot with it. The control was not there. And that's ultimately the reason that he ended up getting pelted in the final round of this fight, or rather the second round of this fight. The final round it lasted. So my premonition came to light. I saw it happening this way. I didn't think it would be so one-sided. I did think it would be like, 2-1 on strikes landed, or 2-1 on significant strikes landed. My guys, it was like 6-1 on significant strikes landed, 42-7. Like, that's tough stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, did I do that math right? It's actually exactly 6-1. My brain works so funny. Sorry. Math brain.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't Jacoby fought what the hell was going on?
I was gonna say, you are
the matchmaker on this one,
brother. What's happening right now? Sorry, guys, he's connecting.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can. You were like glitching for a
Okay,
second.
sorry. I was like, no way. Yeah, no, I don't know why they made this fight to begin with.
Yeah,
To be fair,
this is a weird fight.
other than the fact that both of their schedules matched up.
The same
That's
person
about
that
it.
made this match, the same matchmaker that scheduled this is the guy that booked Diego Lopez versus Alexander Volkanovski too.
I want to punch that dude in the face.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, why are you doing that to my guy Diego, bro? Like,
Why are you
all I have
wasting
to
my
s-
time?
like, come on, bro. To that matchmaker, all I have to say is,
Where are you?
because I am gonna slap you in the face, brother. Like, come on.
Like, waste my time more when we could
Bro,
have just
this was
given-
the funniest shit. I was okay. Second fight card I've watched with my father in 18 years. I was watching this fight card in I was gonna say Australia. That's hella funny. In Arkansas, a different A place. And literally when he lifted him up, I was like, oh shit, he might actually get a takedown here. My dad's like, he's wasting a whole lot of fucking energy, huh, son? Like, picking him up, marching him to the center of the octagon. Like, what are you doing, bro? Bro, you'd love my dad. Literally, like, he just lays in bed and watches old Bellator and PFL fights and fucking old UFC cards. Like, if there's
So
no fights
he's
on live, he's
older
just
me.
watching old shit.
He's
Literally.
an older me.
He's that guy, bro. He's that fucking guy. Yeah, like, it was wild, bro. Walker's endurance management is silly. I agree.
Yeah.
His fight planning, I mean, a lot of things about Julius Walker is silly, but can we just talk about Dustin Jacoby and what should be next for the guy? Because light heavyweight is just about as bad as heavyweight when it comes to the shallowness of the division.
Yeah.
You got to think with a win like that, he puts himself right up there. In fact, he does. He's ranked as of today, or as of this
14.
week. He's 14 as of not being ranked before this fight. So, I mean, looking at kind of who's scheduled right now, Dominic Reyes is off the table. Johnny Walker's off the table. They're fighting each other.
Oh.
Everybody else between the top 10 and 15 is pretty prime. And realistically, I think Alexander Rakic, coming off of 4 back-to-back losses, 3 of which being TKO losses, kind of a perfect matchup for him. Other than that, you want to give him someone that's on a win? Give him Nikita Krylov. You want to find a happy medium? Ian, we don't usually get this option, but I'm going to throw it at you anyways. We get a guy coming off of a split draw decision, Bogdan the Hitman Guskov. Like, I think any of those fights make sense for him. And how much longer does the guy have? He's not a young buck. He's no spring chicken. This is probably the last realistic run the guy's got under the belt. And with the light heavyweight belt holder vacating, you got to think this is probably his best opportunity to win that belt in the next 2 years.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, for me, I had 2 picks. You named both of them anyway, so great minds think alike. My first one was Johnny Walker. That was a little sad for me to find out that, you know, I knew he was booked, but I thought maybe timeline-wise, it might actually make sense. Just because they're both like almost back-to-back, right? Timeline-wise. That also depends if Johnny Walker wins, but Rakic was my number 2.
This is a fun one too. It's a bit rich for my blood grimy just because he's ranked number 6, I believe. Let's see the UFC official 5, even better. Yeah, he's ranked number 5, so that would be quite a point jump from 14 to 5. You're talking about 9 pole positions, but we saw that happen and we saw the guy become champ, right? Wasn't he like number 12 when he fought for the belt, Josh Fan? So here we are.
Welcome to the UFC.
Welcome to the UFC, kid. Where the best fight the best. So with that, we move into a fight in which I was wrong. I was super fucking wrong. I can't get them all right, and I'm human. So I knew that I was betting a little bit ballsy in this one, betting on a 500 fighter and Alex Morono to beat Danil Donchenko in the welterweight division. But look, I just thought Alex Morono is, he's all grit and apparently a little blood spit. That was a nasty visual, bro. Him spitting the blood and then fucking throwing the shot right after was so cool. So cool. The germaphobe in me vomited in my mouth a little bit. But very cool picture that came from that. Look, I mean, he lasted all 3 rounds. I did get one thing right. I did get one thing right last week, folks. I told you, don't bet on Danil Donchenko by finish because he won't be able to finish this fucking guy great weight. And I knew that.
He should have.
But man, Morono is tough as fucking nails. He's the type of guy you punch in the face and you're like, that actually hurt me a little bit. And you can see it. Like Danil, there were, I think, 3 moments in that fight where I literally looked at my dad the 3rd time I noticed it, where he hit him with like a right hand or a right cross and looked down at himself and looked back up at him almost like, what the fuck do I have to do? Like, I just fucking hit you with something that would kill most men and you spit blood at me and hit me back. What is happening? The dude is gritty as fuck. And genuinely, the UFC deserves to be fined. They deserve to be slapped. They deserve to be maimed in a courtyard. Like, the guy called for one final fight, a retirement fight, and then they cut him 3 days later. Come on, bro. What are we doing here?
Wait, who? Oh, Morono. Yeah.
They cut him 3 days after he asked for a fucking retirement fight. Bring him back for a retirement fight. Put him against fucking like what weight class is he in? He's
welterweight, right?
Welterweight. Fuck. I was gonna say Joe Lozon, but he's lightweight.
Joe Loazon, and that's a reference to BJ Penn.
J-Lo.
He's like Joe Loazon.
Joe Loazon.
BJ Penn's pronunciation was amazing.
I was wrong. As we say, a bet made, a debt paid. Cheers to you. Hopefully you bet right. I know Grimy and fucking Dixon Cider did.
Yeah, with Daniil, like the way I viewed it was I thought he blew his load in the first round to be like
100%.
I mean, that was clear as day to see.
He was
could have
Brian
done was-
Spillman in the first Fast and the Furious movie. Too soon, Junior. He hit that fucking NOS button way quick.
Yeah, way too quick and the car broke down. Sorry. And that movie resonates in my head. But
Doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a quarter mile, winning's winning.
family.
Family.
What do you call it?
That's what I literally have our Peacock login because we share it with Mary's sister. So like I have her set up as one of the Real Housewives that's all like plastic surgeryed up. And ours, instead of saying stewards, it just says family and it has Vin Diesel's face. It's perfect.
That's what's up. That's what needs to happen.
Every time I open that app, I just smile.
Just a little chuckle.
Yeah.
Daniil, like what I thought he could have done better was like cutting him off in the fight. Like he was kind of like following him, and I might have to watch this back because I may be talking out my ass. But if I remember correctly, which I do, he could have hit him with, cut off, hook, cut him off his angles, and then just chop, calf kick. Because some of his he was just blindly throwing, which I don't really agree with kicks. So that's where my mind is at with it. But like, and also give Morono his retirement fight. Like, come on, there's like he's not like it's not like a Cody Garbrandt or someone that was an ex-champion looking, but like he's not fighting for the title. So just give him one more. He gives out fun fights, like it'd be like Matt Brown being like, I'm not done yet. Give me one more. Like everyone would be like, fuck it, let's do this. Like, let's have some fun here.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you. Like, Daniil Jonchenko was kind of hip firing, so to speak, and just blind firing. He was throwing I like to say everything but the kitchen sink. This guy was throwing everything and the kitchen sink, just trying to get his opponent out of there. And that's not necessarily the way to get somebody like an Alex Morono out of there. We've seen him in fights. And unless you are an absolute fucking world breaker as far as power goes, you're not going to get him out of there with one shot. You got to go with the death by 1,000 bee stings kind of approach. And he didn't.
Yep.
And Morono was starting to build steam in those final rounds, bro, in those final minutes.
Yep.
So it almost cost him. It could have cost him on the big stage. As far as what's next for Daniil Jonchenko, did you have any names on the tip of your tongue? I know I stole a couple of them last time.
No, I mean, I think like no one in the top 15, to be straight up, right? I just think he came off the Ultimate Fighter. This is his second fight actually in the UFC, if my memory serves correct. It was
the second fight, after the tough finale.
Yeah, after the tough finale, right? So it's not like he's primed for a top 15. But I could see something like not a Neil Magny, but like kind of going down a little bit more. I mean, you can't give him Kevin Holland or something like that, can you?
You give him Oban Elliott, the Welsh gangster.
That would be sick.
Yeah, banger.
I'll take that. Yeah, and then you can have Chael Sonnen in the corner.
Oh, yeah. That'd be a fun one. And then I'm going to go out on a limb here. I like this fight for Daniil. I don't like this fight for the guy I'm going to say because I think he deserves better than Daniil. But Jonathan, the Captain Mikalev, he's on a 4-fight win streak right now. He looks really fucking promising, and he's ranked 5 slots ahead of Daniil Jonchenko as it is. So,
That's about even, right?
Yeah, Daniil is 47 on Tapology. Jonathan Mikalev is 41. So I think that'd be a fun matchup. And also, like you said, it's pretty even as far as trajectory. Like Mikalev is 9-1, so he has a 10-fight pro resume. And then Daniil Jonchenko is 13-2, so he's got 15 pro fights under his belt.
We're on the same.
Oh, Nicholas Dalby and have a Viking to Valhalla fight? Oh, God, dude. Brother. Insert the fucking Fry from Futurama, shut up and take my money gif. Because, yeah. Just, yeah.
Yeah. That's all it needs to be said.
Yeah. Take my money on that one. Nah, Moreno is fun though. Moreno should have been gone. Houston, dude. If they do another Texas card, they should put him in. They should put him on that card and just have a send off.
H-Town.
Give him a contenders winner. Yeah, why not?
Actually, that would be good. Whoever that was, that's fair play to you.
Let him go out on a win, bro. Let him go out on a win. I like that. Matua spitting facts here. Let's go into the next one. Fuck, I was wrong about this one too. I was right about the rest of them. All right. Last shot.
Take those odds.
I'll take those odds. Women's strawweight bout between Bruna Brazil and Katlyn Souza. Turns out that Souza was spicy. A little bit too spicy for Bruna Brazil. Look, if you look at the stats, 65 to 64 on total strikes landed. The more efficient striker was Bruna Brazil. 31 to 33 on significant strikes landed. Again, the more accurate striker was Bruna Brazil, even though she landed 2 less strikes. And if you look at the takedowns, 1 out of 4 versus 1 out of 8. Again, the accuracy statistics going in way of Bruna Brazil. I mean, it was a decision, which makes it even kind of wonkier. But I mean, maybe I got this one wrong. And, you know, I did, right? Because I just really wanted Bruna Brazil to win. I saw what I wanted to see. If you look at it on paper, if you look at it on paper, 8 minutes of control time is pretty hard to argue with. But, a lot of big butts in there on that night. I digress. I had to throw it in there. I digress. Ian, like, what does 8 minutes of control time equate to if you're not dealing significant damage? Like, does that win rounds?
I'm trying to think about the best way to say this. So
be political,
me,
Ian. It's 2026.
You know, if there was like, so the way scoring works, obviously damage is numero uno. That's what it is. Number 2 would probably be control. So there's not a lot of damage in the round, then it goes to control. And then if there's nothing in between that, then obviously it goes to cage control or whatever they call it. Cage.
Yeah.
Whoever the fuck said it. You know,
octagon control.
Octagon control. Thank you. Jesus, that was going to bother me the rest of the night if you didn't say that. What do you call it? So yeah, I mean, it all comes down to that. So numero uno is damage. All right. Who did the most damage? Even if it's off your back, who did the most damage? Nico Price knocked someone out off his back. So if he can do that, you can win a round off your back.
So did Kevin Holland. Jacare Souza.
Yeah.
He said, I had a dream about this. Jacare said, what?
Jacare, he like froze in time. That was weird. Like when he got hit. Literally,
if you watch the replay, you see Kevin Holland go, I had a dream about this. And he said, what? And he said, I had a dream about fighting you. And Jacare is like, what? And then he gets caught by the hammer fist from the bottom. It just goes out.
Yeah, it was like
his mouth's still open from saying what, and that's when you get hit, bro.
Yeah, that was a weird one. But like with this, actually, I have a funny thing to bring up. So I'm not gonna say. Someone texted me, and they said, "Bro, is this the female John Lineker? Because the way she was fighting, like just like that style." But like I mean, like to be fair, I went to the bathroom a couple times during this fight, so this was my bathroom break fight.
It's the one to go.
So
you want to stay in your seat for that Wong Kong fight? Yeah.
So I was in the bathroom. I'm gonna be honest, but like 4 minutes of time of control time in 2 rounds, like you said, 8 minutes. That's a lot. Also, Bruna
8
Brazil
minutes, 3
also
seconds
landed
compared
more
to 41
strikes.
seconds.
And more strikes landed. So better percentage strike for landed strikes as well. 64% compared to 58.7. And also just the actual number of strikes. The only thing she lost on, I'm looking here, is significant strikes.
It was by 2.
By 2. But
if you controlled me for 8 minutes and I essentially outstruck you and landed an equivalent amount of significant strikes, and I got the same number of takedowns as you on half the attempts. I mean, it's a tough pill to swallow if I lose.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. It kind of reminds me of the U.S. figure skating. Was it today or yesterday where they got absolutely hosed? So,
Dude,
yeah, same thing.
Grimy. Judging works like this. Whatever mob family is extorting Sal D'Amato, they're going to break his legs, picks the fighter to win by split decision. 30-27 in some of these is criminal. This one had a 30-27. How? Like, in what fucking world?
No, this is real, right?
Yes.
They need to be investigated.
Like, genuinely, like, if we're talking about investigating the UFC, the judges, Sal D'Amato, Chris Lee, like,
Adelaide Bird.
That's 2 names. Oh, Adelaide Bird. Bro. Anytime you see any of those names, you know the fix is in.
I saw her, and I said, oh, shit, for one of the fights. I don't remember which one, but
brother,
I remember seeing her.
I kid you not. They're doing the announcements for the main event, and I'm sitting next to my dad watching the fights. And they're like, the judges in attendance scoring this fight are, and they start naming them. And the last one, and Sal D'Amato. I'm like, Dad, this fight does not go 3 rounds. And he's like, it's a 5-round fight. So what are you talking about? Like, it does not go past the 2nd round. And he's like, why do you say that? I'm like, because this guy knows Sal D'Amato sucks dick at his job. Like, he knows. And the UFC doesn't like him. How has he not
gotten jumped? How has he not gotten like jumped outside of like the arena?
If I'm a fighter and Sal D'Amato costs me half a paycheck, I'm fighting him in the parking lot.
That's what I mean. Like, one of these guys has enough money.
$20,000 is worth an ass whooping, big dog. I promise you.
Or you just float someone that you know can whoop some old dude's
Sal
ass.
D'Amato owes me money.
See, he owes all of us money, and I don't even bet.
Sal D'Amato is the reason that Amanda Nunes lost that first fight to Juliana Pena. I'm convinced. I don't even know if he was judging, but I know he had something to do with this fucking guy.
He told kids that Santa's not real.
Facts. That's the kind of guy that Sal D'Amato is. He was that kid in class. That's what I'm saying. You got to be fucking kidding me. Dude, exactly, bro. Like, 30-27 in this fight is asinine. It is highway robbery. I'm not playing matchmaker for these people.
No.
Like, Ketlin Salza, best of luck to you, but I don't necessarily thought you won that fight. I think it should be 15-7 now. And with that being said, we go into the not as good Bash brother. You know what I'm saying? We'll do the same thing for him, but a little bit quieter.
Boys are back in town.
You know?
Boys are back in town.
Boys are back. Boys are back. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about Javid Basharat, who got cut after winning a fight. This man got cut. I mean, just make it make sense, folks. And you know, you probably think I forgot, but I didn't. I have it poured up. I don't want to neglect it. That's alcohol abuse. So cheers to me getting it wrong on Bruno Brazil. Technically, I still feel I got it right, but you know, bet made it, debt paid. So cheers to you guys.
Semantics, you know.
It just doesn't make sense. Like a 30-27 in that Bruno Brazil fight in the opposing direction makes as much sense as cutting Javid Basharat after a win over Gianni.
Okay,
Vasquez.
hold up though. I do have to add one thing that no one talked about, but that's only because I fought in cards with him. The kid he fought is a 25er.
Oh, is he?
He's a 25er, but he missed weight at 35 by, well, bad at math, by like 4 pounds. 5 pounds.
Homie's fighter name is the Spanish version of Kryptonite. Kryptonita. That's a fun nickname.
Basharat?
No, Gianni Kryptonita Vasquez.
Oh, I didn't even know he had a nickname, and I've known him for a while. I'm surprised he did as good as he did. I'll be honest. I don't think he's that good of a fighter.
Yeah.
Basharat is. He might have had an off night, whatever it may be, but that was just a weird ass fight to begin with. Like,
dude, you're right. I just looked up his last 3 opponents. They're 125ers.
No, I was at those fights. Like, he should have fought. He should have been fighting Aiden instead of Basharat, to be fair. But that's another story for another time. But yeah, I don't see why this fight was ever put on, other than to save it. And if you're gonna save a fight for a guy, then why cut him after he wins?
But this is a good point from Grimy. Like, he did almost get put out by a debuting fighter, though. And apparently one that fights a weight class lower.
I feel like we've seen that before. Like, not long ago. Oh, hold up. Fine. Ditch Wellmaker, then. If we're going to stick to this.
Nobody wants to see that.
I don't, but like, if we're going to go by the same example,
Yeah, you got to play by the rules.
Wellmaker. Guy came in
again,
on 48-hour notice at best.
So, I mean, the fight that's next for Javid Basharat after his impressive or semi-impressive win over Gianni Vasquez is fighting for a UFC contract. Contender series?
PFL.
PFL. GFL. Bring back the GFL. Why not, folks?
No,
Get
to be
some
fair,
young blood.
I'm an Octagon. That's a
There
way
you
better
go.
card.
Yeah, if you're using that formula, Wellmaker got to go. Good point.
Like, I mean, hell, actually, to me, Basharat showed more than Wellmaker because Wellmaker just kept throwing check hooks the whole time. At least Basharat was actually trying to
Wellmaker
formulate a game plan of
lost.
fight. No. I'm not even just saying that. Like, throw that
Yeah.
aside. You look at the actual
Just the grand scheme of things.
the content of the fight.
Yeah.
Basharat deserves to stay.
Yeah. One guy clearly has a seat at the table and the other guy does not.
But, you know, whatever.
Is what it is. So we're not gonna play matchmaker for him since he's not in the promotion. We'll go ahead and move into this catchweight bout between Wong Kong and Eduardo Maura. Again, this one played out almost exactly as I said it would. Not 100% though. I said Wong Kong would go out there and outland her opponent probably 3-1. She did more than that. It was 147-40, so almost 5-1 or 4-1. And then in significant strikes, it was 39-12. So again, damn near 4-1 there. Look, folks, realistically, the only thing Eduardo Maura had in this fight was the takedowns. She got them early. She started attempting them often. She attempted 12 takedowns, Ian. In a women's fucking, I mean, let's call a spade here. It's a catchweight bout. But, like, in any women's bout, 12 takedowns attempted is insane work. She only got 3 of them, which makes it even harder, right? Wong Kong, the red wave, baby. Let's get it, dude. Like, I genuinely like this fucking crazy chick. Coming in with the whole, like, Joker get up. Her nickname is the Joker. She does the ha-ha-ha bang at the fucking weigh-ins. You love to see it, bro. 22% of her wins by knockout, 22% of her wins by submission, another 56% by way of decision. And she only has 1 loss. She's only ever lost 1 time. It was to Gabriela Fernandez in the UFC just last year, right? In November. And since November of last year, or rather November of 2024, she has collected 3 fucking wins over Bruna Brazil, Ariane Lipski da Silva, and Eduardo Maura. Like, she is collecting wins over these girls like they are Infinity Stones and she is Thanos, bro. She's nasty with it. The footwork, the only, like, if I had to really nitpick and dive in and kind of get gritty with it, I would say that she needs to improve upon her takedown defense in general. The fact that, again, having someone shooting 12 takedowns and only being able to land 3 is a testament to your takedown defense. I would say give yourself a pat on the back, right? You defended 75% of the takedowns coming your way. That's a great stat in any sport whatsoever. However, if you ask me in the upper echelon of the weight class in which you compete, if Eduardo Maura is the one that's going to give you problems, if Eduardo Maura is the one that's going to, you know, really, really push you and test you in the flyweight division of women's UFC, I would say no, she's not the one. So she needs to work on her get-up game. She needs to work on her. Oh, dude, literally, did you just type the same exact thing as
That was wild. I watched both hit at the same time.
That's hella fucking funny, bro. The timing on that. Literally, as it popped up, I saw your comment pop up. Yeah, she needs to work on her get-up game. Like, her ability to move and scramble on the bottom once she gets there. But more so, in my opinion, Grimy, she needs to work on her ability to stay away from needing to utilize that, right? Quick sprawls, wide legs, wide base when she's coming down on her. And just that comes down to fight plan, game IQ. She threw a lot of leg kicks and kicks in general, and I think those were the reasons for her takedowns. If you limit your kicks, obviously you're limiting a faucet, right? You're closing off one of the faucets that works for you. But by doing that, you're closing off a faucet that works very well for those takedown merchants to get that takedown for you. Ian, it's here.
I got something to add here. You don't even have to get rid of the kicking, right? Just theoretically speaking, I don't know. Throw a couple punches before you kick. Get their hands up. I don't know. Just the thought process here. But
yeah,
I do
1-2 leg kick.
Yeah, I don't know. That might make too much sense, but you know, and this is someone in the UFC, so I shouldn't have to need to tell someone this.
More so like limiting the body kicks and the head kicks, because the higher your leg gets from point A to point B, the more they have a line of sight into taking you down.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. And then the other, one thing I did want to add to your game plan for not getting taken down as well is, and actually Justin Gaethje tried this against Khabib for like a minute at best, but it was a good job, is staying within the black lines. So those black lines in the octagon, before you like get close to the cage, you stay in there and you own the center.
So that way, when you try to kick back and sprawl, you don't lose that positioning and then end up.
Yeah, you don't run into the wall.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't run into the wall. You actually have the
last thing you want to do is have your range
back.
and distance cut off by the octagon wall.
Yes. I do have two people for to follow up on this though. I got some good. Yeah. I got a good fight. I had to take one of them. I had 3. I had to take one of them out. One of them was Miranda Maverick. I thought she was pregnant. So, you know, I don't think that's realistic at the current moment. Now, adding on, my number one was Casey O'Neill. I think that would be a fun one. I think she's not coming back from surgery, but she hasn't
cast iron Casey.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of a fun one. And then Tracy Cortez would be the other one. We want to see her get, work on her game, takedown defense. Let's put her against someone whose literally only chance to win that fight would be to take her down.
You took one of my 2 names.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do you dirty.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. I'm happy with it, bro. Hive mind is a good thing. I had Tracy Cortez on my short list as well. The other name that I had was Thug Rose Namajunas. Wong Kong is now sitting at number 12 on Tapology. She's currently sitting, let's see, where is she at on UFC?
Wong Kong's 11 in the UFC.
Oh, beautiful. So she's number 11 in the UFC. She's number 12 in Tapology. Thug Rose is number 7 in Tapology. Where's she at in UFC rankings?
7.
Perfect. I think that's a great trajectory, bro.
The UFC swapped her and Casey O'Neill from 11 and 12.
Gotcha.
So O'Neill is 12 and Khan is now 11.
Gotcha. Yeah, I genuinely think that Wong Kong matches up really, really well against Thug Rose Namajunas. And fun fact, this is going back 10 years into the well here, folks. Do you know who Wong Kong has a win over in K1 kickboxing? Or not K1 kickboxing, but let's see. Who is it? Who is it in? What promotion was it? I'll tell you the exact promotion.
Now I'm looking it up because you have my
Kunlun Fight promotion. It was a kickboxing promotion. She has a unanimous decision win over Valentina Shevchenko.
Oh my God. What the hell?
Yeah. That happened. That's a real thing. Fun fact, Pat Barry is in the Epstein files. Cry me. Fucking Christ, bro. That's both terrible, but probably also accurate. I'm
coming.
That's what Pat Barry said in the passages. Oh man, I love that Ian piled into that one.
I had to.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it, bro. I don't think he actually is in the Epstein files, Matua, but it's insinuated, my guy. He doesn't need to be. We know what you did, bro. Man. Yeah, she has a win over Valentina Shevchenko. So again, I just think it's
crazy, and it was for a title.
It was for a title. And Valentina went on the record and was like, "No, the only reason they gave her that decision was because we fought in Japan or China."
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, China. They fought in her home country of China, and she got a unanimous decision. So again, regardless of that, there's heat on that fight. Like for me, you got to give her someone top 10, not even top 15, top 10. You give her Thug Rose. If she beats Thug Rose decisively, like she gets Valentina Shevchenko right after Natalia Silva.
Yeah. No, the storylines will match up.
Like there's history. There's a promo that'll cut its fucking self. Like sign me up.
The UFC probably won't film.
That the UFC probably won't film or post anything fun for, but inevitably some fan will make. Yeah. some fan will use AI and make a great one. Speaking of great one, folks, I almost feel like I should do a shot for this one just because, like, I can't even claim that I got this right. This was just God being like, I'm going to give you one. I'm just going to throw you a layup, kid. Jakob Wiklotz, I called the submission on this guy. Right?
Really?
I called for him to get the submit. I literally said he was going to sub Muin Gafurov. You can go back and watch it on last Thursday's episode. 4 minutes and 59 seconds.
That was the dopest thing ever. Me and my buddy or my roommate were like losing it.
Bro, me and my dad were fucking screaming. My dad was like, he fucking tapped. What are they doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, it's over. He fucking
Brazilian
tapped.
He Brazilian tapped.
Literally
100%.
Brazilian tap to a T, bro. And he did it on purpose because like he looked at the ref and then tapped the side he knew the ref wouldn't be able to see in hopes that homie was going to let go. And I don't know if you saw, but Jakob, as soon as he felt him tap, he had that shit locked in and was like, all right. As soon as he felt him tap the opposing side, he's like, fuck off, dude. Watch this.
Yeah, he knew. He said.
And then you see Moeen reaching for his mouthpiece, which, hey, no shame. Veteran movie, and you know this. Like, you're getting choked out. If you can reach in and get that mouthpiece out, God forbid you're not able to spit it out. If you can pull it out, that is a cheat code, bro. You are able to breathe between your teeth at least a little bit. That's going to buy you anywhere between 6 to fucking 30 seconds, depending on, if you got one of them whistle gaps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, you can get away with that, but he literally, he's like, and as soon as he did the Brazilian tap, he shouldn't have done that before he tried to grab the mouthpiece, is my only critique to Muin Gafurov. Because, like, again, if you watch NASCAR, bumping into the opposing racers, that's illegal. But a commentator will say, if you're not rubbing, you ain't racing. All right, let me tell you what. Like, there's a lot of MMA programs, not this one, that say if you're not cheating, you ain't trying. This motherfucker literally tried to cheat. It didn't work. And he's like, I'm trying to pull this shit out so I can fucking get through this round and survive. Dude, it was wild, bro. It was wild.
And then he tries to sell it that he didn't. Like, okay, bro, not like we don't have instant replay in Vegas.
I love that our guy Jakob Wiklotz stood on fucking business and was like, no, you tapped. Like, he shook his hand and he's like, good fight, but you tapped. I felt you fucking tap twice. Like, you can see it in the replays. Like, I felt you tap. And he puts up two fingers.
You know where he got that attitude from? He got it from Joanna.
Yeah.
Since they're so close, there's no way he didn't get some boogie woman in her.
Oh, bro. He's definitely got that vibe. Like, dude knows who he is. Gafurov tapped him in 1 second, but I heard he was down on the cards anyway.
Yes, he was.
I mean, he was down on the cards. Like,
he was.
It was 97 and 92 on total strikes. Significant strikes could have told a different story. And then if they accounted for the takedowns, he got 2 takedowns compared to 0 for Jakob, and landed 79 to 56 of Jakob Wiklotz as far as total significant strikes landed. So he could have been up on the scorecards depending on who's scoring. But again, if you look at it on a round per round basis, it's pretty tough to score in his favor. Jakob Wiklotz, without a single takedown, ended up getting 4 minutes and 19 seconds of control time in just round 2 alone. And that's more than the 1 minute and 44 seconds that Muin Gafurov was able to rack up with both of his takedowns. So 0 takedowns, which means 0 energy or effort expended. I reversed you. By the way, called the sweep both times that he hit it. My dad was like, let's fucking go, son. I was like, he's going to hit a sweep right here. He's got his left leg planted under, and he's literally going to take this kid for a ride. And then as soon as he did, my dad was like, all right. You know your
That was
shit.
sick, too.
Dude, it was
like, visually,
so
it was
slick,
cool.
dude. Like,
Visually,
his scrambles,
it looks so nice.
his scrambles literally look like something you see in a movie.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Genuinely.
John Wick.
Yes. Like they just look like they were rehearsed and choreographed to an extent. And that just like his opponent is not in on the bit. You know what I mean? The way that he reverses and sweeps into position is something to behold. I think Jakob Wicklots is one of these guys that's, he's coming to the UFC a bit late in his career. He's 18-3 already, 18-3-2 if I'm being technical here. And we're just now learning who this guy's name is after 2 fights. And he is on an absolute fucking just tear, in my opinion, as far as what he's been able to do in these 2 fights, right? He came in his debut fight on short notice. I think it was 4 days against Patchy Mix, and then gets a split decision win. And then the reason I call for him to get a sub, not sure if you guys knew this, but before this fight happened, he had 10 wins out of his 17 by way of sub. So like that's his bread and butter. That's what he does. He almost got it on Patchy. Patchy's just an elite world-class level grappler. So I knew that he'd be able to get it on somebody like this. The issue is now like what's next for him, right? He just beat Muin Ghafarov, who in bantamweight, he's not a who's who, but he's a great litmus test in my opinion. And I don't want to say he made it look easy, but he didn't make it look super hard, right? Like he outlanded him on strikes.
Yeah.
He outlanded him on like control time, didn't even attempt a takedown. And I mean, he looked good across the entirety of it. So I don't know. Do you have a name on the kind of tip of your tongue for him, or is there anybody you'd like to see him fight?
Just one. Ricky Simone.
Ooh, that's good. That's really good.
And also, by the way,
I had 2 other names that are not that.
Oh no, go ahead.
The 2 names that I have are Jonathan the Dragon Martinez, coming off 2 back-to-back decision losses. I think that'd be a banger. But the one that really like makes me salivate, if I'm being honest, as an MMA fan, and wholeheartedly don't know who I'd bet on, don't know who would win, but I know the fans would. It's got to be the dangerous one, Davey Grant.
Ooh, he's one of my favorite fighters ever to watch.
Dude, if you didn't watch him on Tough, go back and watch the season of Tough he was on. It's so fun.
No, I did.
He's like, I've been a fan since then. He's so good, bro. He's just like a genuine guy. He's a dude's dude, blue collar fighter, your fighter's favorite fighter. And I think that he would truly give Jakob Wicklots a run for his money. If Jakob's able to go out there and submit somebody like a Davey Grant, you got to give him a top 15 kind of contender fight.
Yeah. No, you're 100% correct. No one should ever be even questioning that. I did figure out why. I don't know why this went over my head, but why Basharat was fighting a short notice. It was another Nurmagomedov pullout. So I didn't know that he was supposed to fight one of them. So that explains it all.
Yeah. I know you're not a Nurmagomedov guy. No, it was actually Saeed Nurmagomedov.
Yeah.
The kickboxing Dagestani guy.
No, that he's not a kickboxer.
Saeed is the kickboxer from Dagestan.
I thought
he is a kickboxing style. He's the long, lanky one. Saeed Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, but I thought he was at 25.
Yeah, he's known for flashy, high-speed striking, mixing, and grappling.
Okay. Because I was going to say that to me, that sounds more like Umar.
Well, Umar is the better version of that.
Fair.
Saeed is just the longer version. Saeed is the guy that was like, he looks like he's in a bigger weight class than everybody he fights. He's the one that Kyoji Horiguchi got for his debut.
Yeah, no, I remember. I know who he is. I just thought he was a 25er. I'm not losing
Lazy
it. Okay.
bet, my guy. Love seeing you in the chat, brother. Hope you're having a great Friday night. Happy fucking weekend to you. I don't know where you are, but it might already be Saturday for you. We got a lot of East Coasters in here. I'm like, I don't know. Is it Saturday?
Yeah, no.
Friday?
I didn't know if you were talking about overseas and then I looked at my clock and I was like, oh, it's got to be East.
I literally hit up my boy Leroy. I was like, hey, do you want to co-host today? And he hit me up 5 hours after I messaged him. He's like, hey, mate, how's it going? I just woke up. It's 8:05 a.m. in Australia, Queensbury.
We live in a land down
He's all,
under.
I really slept in today, huh? Fucking guy. I was like, yeah, but it is now Saturday for you, right? So you were off of work. Fucking guy. Yeah, I mean, Jakob's a beast, bro. I just think he matches up really, really well against a lot of the bantamweights. Speaking of bantamweight, though, Ian, dude, Claudia Segula. I mean,
Yes.
she's someone to watch, dude.
Yes.
The way she went out there and put it on Zombie Girl was nice work, bro. 159 to 102 strikes landed, 151 to 99 on significant, and then stuffed 50% of her opponent's takedowns. Like, she looked good, man.
No,
It's hard to get
100%.
mad at watching this girl fight. Like, what were your thoughts on Claudia Segula, and what do you think the ceiling is?
I mean, off of one fight, it's hard to tell, right? Just being honest, like if I wanted to be like a Joe Rogan, hype man.
Dude, this was her second
could.
UFC fight.
Oh, I know. That's
She
what
went
was
15
shocking to
minutes
me.
with Irina Alexieva, which was crazy. Like, I bet against her in her debut fight because I thought Irina Alexieva, Russian Ronda, coming off of her, I believe it was an armbar or a rear naked choke in the previous fight. I was like, dude, she's going to sub this chick. This chick is really pretty. She looks like she's just, the pretty fighter. And I was wrong. She's pretty badass. She's pretty good at fighting.
She knows how to use her range. That's
Dude,
what was
so
interesting
fucking well.
to me.
So well.
Because a lot of people that big in smaller divisions like that end up crowding themselves for whatever reason it may be. She knew her range to the T. She knew how to exit, et cetera, et cetera. Kind of what we were talking about at the beginning of the pod or of the show rather. Like
when we were talking about Horiguchi.
Yeah, exactly. Like she knew that at this early in her career, in her UFC career. So to answer your question, the ceiling is high. Now it's showing it against better opponents. And drilling and going on an upward trend. So I mean that's where I'm at with that. Like I was impressed. I want to see more. That's basically that's where my mind's at when it comes to her.
Yeah, same. I'm very impressed by her. I definitely want to see more. I feel like I underestimated her in her first fight, and I got kind of a realistic trajectory of where she sits now in this fight. The fact that she was able to come out there and, like, make no mistake about it, I thought she was going to have a hell of a time trying to finish a Priscilla Cachoeira because her name is Zombie Girl for a reason, right? She's able to come out there and take and withstand just a great threshold of damage in the fights than which she's in. She's, again, going back to the, like, Kyoji Horiguchi, and I believe 2 fights after that we spoke about. You want to come into this, or no, it was actually the main event we talked about before Kyoji Horiguchi.
Yeah.
You want to come into this with not a I'm going to finish you in one shot. You want to have a death by 1,000 bee stings kind of mentality or momentum. And she had exactly that. The issue is Priscilla Cachoeira kept pouring forward as well. Like, she landed more strikes in this fight than I feel like she typically does. She hit triple digits, guys. Like, Priscilla Cachoeira does not do that very often. So 102 strikes landed is wild. But the fact that Claudia Segula was not only able to withstand the onslaught coming towards her, but outland it, like, she landed 3-2 on the strikes down here, right? So 100 to 150, pretty much across the board on total and significant strikes landed. Claudia Segula is definitely someone to watch. And in the women's bantamweight division, this is, again, a division in which I feel like there is not a ton of, I don't want to say, like, promising people, because there are a lot of promising people, but there's just not a lot of roadblocks, bro. Like, there's not a lot of speed bumps to get to that path in the women's bantamweight division. Like, who do you have to beat, right? Like, Irene Aldana, Jacqueline Cavalcante, put her there. She's cute. She's great. Like,
good on the mic.
She's great on the mic. She's well spoken. She looks good, and she fights even better. Those are the 3 things that you need. And if she's female, brother, just chef's kiss, take my money. Like, that's MMA marketing 101.
Plus,
Like-
Kayla might not ever come back. Let's also put that into perspective.
Yeah.
Because most people don't come back to sports from the surgery she got, from what I've read. No, I've never gotten it myself. I don't know anyone that's ever gotten it, but most people that get that surgery never go back to the professional sport they were in. So, who's next? That's the real question. And she could be it. So, I mean, like, hey, we got some young blood in there, and, she can make it fun, actually technical, show us real good fights, like, technically speaking. Like, I'm down for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's 3 names that make a lot of sense for her, if I'm being honest, Ian. Like, again, I've already said Jacqueline Cavalcante. That's the upper echelon, right? Like, that's
the one I had.
top baseline. That's the one I really want to see. She's sitting at number 6 on Tapology. I'm assuming similar on UFC. Other than that, like, there's 2 other names that really make sense. I've already said another one of them too. Irene Aldana, right? She's coming off a decision loss. She's very like win-loss in her trajectory outside of the 2 times she's got back-to-back TKO wins in 2021 and 2022. But again, she's a fight once kind of fighter. She didn't fight at all in 2025 after her most recent loss, in which she got her head split open. Or no, she got her head split open in the fight before, I think, against Carajosa. So she did fight again after that against Norma Dumont, Big Norm as we call her, and she got slopped, right? So this is the litmus test. You put her against an Irene Aldana. Otherwise, if neither of those names make sense trajectory-wise, or maybe they end up fighting each other, because I do think Irene Aldana and Jacqueline Cavalcante are kind of trajectory-wise great to face one another, give her Carla Hosa. Right? She's top 10. You beat her, and then you get a fight against Big Norm. Assuming Big Norm hasn't already fought for the belt. Oh, Shrek. Why did I say that?
That was foul. Oh, my God.
I don't know why I said that. I'm so sorry. That literally just came out.
Oh, my God. You're going to get me canceled.
And now you see it.
Oh, my God.
What are you doing in my swamp?
I was going to say, you versus
let's
Bryce
face it,
Mitchell now
a lot of
is the
guys
next
pay to
fight.
be in that swamp on OnlyFans. So yeah, I think that's a good match. Donkey!
Tomorrow, we're having waffles.
I'm making waffles.
Oh,
Man. Oh, man. Yeah, Eileen Perez is a good shout, bro. I can't believe I said that. That was foul. One of those no filter moments here, folks. All right, that's it. That's the fights.
Friday.
It is Friday, so the filter has already checked out for the weekend. It's off the clock. Gucci fought Ulanbekov. Yeah, he did. Saeed is 135 and 145. Bryce Mitchell beat Saeed. He did beat Saeed. I remember that fight. I had Koshira knocking out Sigula in round 1. A lot of people did. A lot of people didn't watch the Thursday show. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you tune in, folks. Either way, again, we hope your bets hit. If you tell us, we definitely hope they hit even more. And if not, if you do none of the things we've asked you to do, if you laughed at us the entire time, if you thought that Kachuhira was going to knock out Sigula in round 1, that's fine too, folks. As long as you do the next 2 things, we don't care, right? We ask that you keep on going, and we ask that you keep on growing. And we really hope we see you here next week. Let's go, folks.
You've been listening to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. As you may have been able to tell, we dig the MMA, and our passion is to dive deep into the upcoming fights, give you our expert breakdowns, and help you make sense of all the chaos that is the fight game. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, make sure to find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at MMAnomaly. Be cool, and we'll see you next time.